Okay, so I'm at curbside pickup here at Academy, picking up my tent. Like I said, we going camping this year, right? So we got a tent, uh, and of course, I believe in practicing at home first, right? So probably what I'm gonna try to do is first assemble the tent in the backyard. Try camping in the backyard first, right? For the exposure, for you know, the to know that I have all of the parts and all of that stuff, is to try to do it in the backyard first, and then you know, kind of gauge how long it would take me. You know, uh, I also will be able to know how much room, a tent will take. Because this is, I was thinking about it. I was like, wow, I asked for a 6-person tent that also had a mesh, mosquito mesh enclosure, uh, right? Kind of, it kind of looked like glam camping, right? However, this tent usually cost, over $100, probably 150. It was on sale, and I also got, a discount. So I felt like, I got the best possible price, right? I got the best price and got the most for the cheapest price. Does that make sense? Yes, it makes sense to me. So when I pulled up here into the pickup, right, that's when they are saying the time clock has started. You should get your products in your car within 10 minutes, right? You're not going to be sitting up here, wondering how long is it going to take them. It should be within 10 minutes. So, I'm excited about it. I am. Um, because, like I said, I was thinking, I'm like, well, what can I do? Oh, I think here she come. Or is that somebody else? Let me wait. What can I do now that, I'm pretty much retired and the workforce is, rejecting me? Hold on. Okay, I got the tent. Let me show you. Let me show you the tent. She came out walking and she was walking slow, right? I'm like, is that my tent? Is that for me? Right? Here it is. Boom. Okay? So it has some pockets. It has a large interior with expansive headroom and spacious feel. It has a rainfly rolls back for stargazing. What? Yeah. And look, it's not that heavy. And it's compact enough, right? It's compact enough. So I think I did a pretty good purchase here. Okay? So now now I have to see if it's easy to assemble, right? Easy to assemble and easy to put back. Okay? So yeah. You know, you really need equipment and tools, to properly um, survive the wilderness, right? And what made me say that was I was thinking about, like They have like this tool that's like a hammer axe, but it's small, but it's weighted, yeah. To put in the steaks and pull out the steaks. I even have to look at to see what kind of steaks they are. Do I need to put them on the grill? No, I'm playing. So yeah, I am pleased that it's not that heavy and it's compact enough. Okay, hold on. Yeah, and and like I said, if the weather's bad, I still have a van that I can, basically, sleep in if I have to, right? Because like right now, we got half of my sky out here that's beautiful. The sun is out. And then we have this other half where there's like looming dark clouds, right? So spreaded that you can't even see them as clouds. They just darken the sky, right? And to me, those are manufactured clouds, and they did it for a purpose, because, there are people out here, who has told other people that, they can't handle the heat and that, they need to control the weather. So let's see. So yeah, they let them people inside. These people are waiting. I mean, not waiting. Those people were waiting, to get signed in and to sit down. Yeah. And another thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact that we have people out here that don't realize the difference between cautioning people and cursing people, right? You're cautioning people by telling them, beware. Now, I heard a lot of that, in the prepper and homestead community. They more or less are cautioning people, telling them to beware, learn this extra information, write your senators and your representatives, right? Whereas, the ones who think that they're cautioning people, they're actually cursing people because they're telling them. Here's an example. There's this lady, she's a senior, right? And she ended up, in van life. Obviously, she didn't want to be in van life, but she made the best and the most out of the van life that she's living. Okay? She said, this is where you're going to end up. You're going to end up homeless and living out of a vehicle. That's kind of like clickbait, right? If you know better, right? It's clickbait. But if you don't know better, then it's kind of cursing your mind to a negative mindset, because you're like, well, they said that's where I was going to end up. So, who am I, to rock the boat? Okay? So I didn't like that. That's what she said, because even though, some of us, might end up there, some of us, will only end up there part-time. Okay, so if we end up there part-time, I guess it's kind of what you would call a blessing that you only ended up there part-time. So how do I do this loading zone? Because it looks like they have a whole RV out here, kind of blocking. Okay, I see. So let me go in here and see if the mulch is still 4 for 10. I think it was 4 for 10. And buy some mulch. Hold on. So under normal situations, this would be planting season, right? But because our start is warmer than usual, it kind of shifted, the process. Okay? To make it seem like you can't use seedlings at this time, that you actually have to, have rooted plants if you want to have your garden. Okay. So damn, these prices for flowers is high. I'm looking at them. You got 31. Well, you might as well see 32, 40, 27, 10, 14, 19, 20. Yeah. Herbs over here, they're going for like $16. Make sure I lock my car. This over here says under $10. I know I told you that, the plants that I have planted, the ones that are, I got some that are coming back. Yeah, I got some that are coming back. But here's the thing that kind of disappointed me about those. And it was the fact that once they finally bloomed, Um, they only lasted a day or two. I waited 4 months for those plants to bloom, and they bloomed and they only lasted a day or two. Aren't these marigolds pretty? It says you can get 3 for $5. I think I'm gonna buy some.